Before you use any copyrighted music in your videos or even record a cover song, there's some things you need to keep in mind. And in this video, I'm going to let you know what they are. Let's go. Hi, my name is Pete and welcome to Studio Live today, where my goal is to help you create, record and release your best music. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, consider subscribing. In this one, I'm going to help you navigate the murky waters that are copyrighted music, content ID and music policies on YouTube. So let's jump in and take a look. Let's answer the most common questions right up front. Number one, can you use copyrighted music in your videos? The answer is yes, but there's a bunch of things that you need to keep in mind and be aware of, which we'll cover later in this video. Number two, can you get a copyright claim even if you've only used a couple of seconds of copyrighted music? Yes, you can, because Content ID is constantly scanning and identifying copyrighted music, and we'll talk more about that in this video as well. Number three, what is the difference between a copyright claim and a copyright strike? A claim doesn't impact your channel, and all that will happen is any revenue or any money made may be passed on to the original creator, or it could be blocked to be viewed in some markets. A copyright strike is actually going to impact your channel, and if you get 3 strikes, your channel can be removed. So we'll explain the difference between a claim and a strike and how you can make sure that you're avoiding those as well. Number four, what if I have actually purchased a license to use a copyrighted piece of music, but I still get a content claim? Well, we're going to cover the dispute process that you can follow if that is the case. And number five, is there somewhere I can go that will give me a complete list of songs and tell me which ones are going to be safe to use? Yes, there is. It's the YouTube Music Policies page linked down below, and we'll talk about that one as well. So here's the situation. You're about to record a video where you want to either use some copyrighted music or you want to perform a cover version of copyrighted music. The first thing that you want to do is jump into YouTube's Music Policies page and see if the song is listed. So here we are on the Music Policies page. There's a link down in the description where you can go straight to here. I've entered in the name of the artist and the name of the song here, and now I can actually find it over here and drop down on this arrow and I'll see what is actually going to happen. So if I use this song, Army by Ben Folds 5, playback will be blocked in 249 countries, so we probably don't want that to be happening. Monetization, you can't monetize your video. Here's the thing though, if you perform a cover version, playback's going to be viewable worldwide, and monetization is eligible for revenue sharing. And yes, copyright owners can change their policies or take action on your video that differs from what's described here. So the warning is that it's not always going to be exactly as you see here, but this is a good guide, because if this said it's going to be blocked whether you do a cover or perform a song, then you may want to reconsider that. But what I know now is that if I want to use Ben Folds' song Army in my video, I should probably avoid that. I won't be able to monetize the video and it's going to get blocked in a lot of places. However, if I want to perform a cover version of the Ben Folds 5 song Army, then I'm probably going to be good to go, as long as I'm willing to accept that the revenue that's generated from this video will be paid back to the original artist and it won't necessarily go to me. Okay, I've searched another song. This time we're looking at the Beatles, and if we again click on the little down arrow here, this time it's telling us this song is not available for use in your YouTube videos. And if you use this song, your video may be blocked or muted. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that we can't use this in a cover version, but you'd want to be very careful, because if it sounds too much like the original, it's going to get flagged and it's going to get blocked or muted, which you don't want in your video. So before you get started, check the YouTube Music Policies and see if the song is listed. But what if it's not listed there? How do you actually know then? My advice with this is, if you do want to try and create a video using that music or doing a cover song, create the video and upload it to YouTube as an unlisted video. So before you make it public, upload it as unlisted, because the majority of your Content ID claims, where they scan through and find any references to that song, are going to come pretty quickly. So in the first sort of 1 to 2 days, you'll probably get the Content ID claim if it's going to happen. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes it can happen weeks, months, and even years later. So it doesn't mean you're going to be 100% safe, but it's a good sort of system to use if you want to check whether the song may actually be flagged. And what if you do get a copyright claim or even a copyright strike that you think is not justified that you actually do own the rights to that song, you've purchased it, or you have some fair use claim that you want to actually put out there. Well, there is a complete dispute process, and instead of going through all of the details on the off chance that it may happen, YouTube actually have some great videos. So I'll link down in the description and up the top there right now to a playlist, a whole series of videos that YouTube have put together explaining the complete dispute resolution process here on YouTube. And that way you're going to be able to work out what you need to do if you have a claim that you want to dispute and that you want to actually question with the original claimant. So why is this important and why do you need to be careful? Well, content ID claims and copyright claims where your video is no longer monetized or it gets blocked or it gets muted are not a huge deal because they don't actually impact the standing of your channel. However, if you use copyrighted music, as you saw with those examples there where it says this cannot be used, that can result in a copyright strike. And as I mentioned, 3 strikes and your channel can actually be deleted, which is something you don't want to happen. Now, like copyright claims, copyright strikes can be disputed. There's an entire dispute resolution process and they don't stay there forever. They're not a black mark against your name. They do go away over time. But the best practice and the best habit to get into is to avoid getting them in the first place. So use the music policies page, understand what you can and you can't do with all of the different songs that you may want to be including in your videos, and you'll be good to go on YouTube.